How's everybody doing? Awesome. Start off by, not to sound like a broken record on it, but our student section I thought was awesome again. I thought they bring so much energy, bring so much juice. Our kids certainly appreciate it. Our kids certainly love it. I hope we can get that stadium rocking when we get back in here in a couple weeks, because I think our kids deserve it. I think this program deserves it, and I think it makes a ginormous difference. So I appreciate those that were here, the almost 30,000 that were here, saw a really good football game, and so I'm grateful for them. Certainly the students, again, super grateful for them. The negatives from the game, I thought defensively we had to get off the field on third downs in the first half. We didn't, and then we certainly did in the second half. I thought that was big. Offensively we couldn't punch it in the first half, and we had four actual possessions, which we knew the possessions were going to be at a premium. And I didn't think we capitalized offensively. We took some field goals there in the first half, and that was the challenge to us. Like, you knew you were going to be at, call it 9 possessions on the game. You had to force some turnovers and get off the field to be able to create any more, and we didn't do that in the first half. That's why it looked like what it looked like. And then in the second half, I thought we took advantage of our opportunities, changed it up a little bit offensively, kind of made a decision at halftime to attack it vertically some more. I thought Byram was settled in there, and we were able to do that. I think the second half was a different ball game. The second half, we were able to get off the field a little bit better on third down defensively, certainly a lot better, I should say. And then we were able to create explosives and chunk plays on offense, which was the difference in the game. I think Rice is a really good football team, as evidenced by the way they've played up until this point. I think the quarterback is a good player. It certainly probably helped in a lot of ways that he didn't play there towards the latter part of the game. I thought that helped us, but I thought that was a really well-coached football team, and I thought we battled and battled and battled. On the flip of it, again, back to the negative, the penalty, like the nonsense with the penalties, with the celebration penalty. We had a personal foul on the sideline. Like my message to the team is, if we're going to be here, right, like if we're going to do this, then act like you've done it before. Like, just act like you've been there before, man. Like, and you look in the locker room and we haven't. So now we are. So now we're going to act like we've been there. Like, let the refs ref the game, give the ball back to the official, go celebrate with your teammates, which, again, just act like you've been there. It's part of growth. It's part of us growing as a football program. Today was another test to that. I thought our kids responded well. At the end of the day, what I told them was, and I pointed to Naeem and I pointed to a couple other guys like Naeem Simmons, been back and forth, man. It just hadn't been great. The first 3 games have not been great for him. He's done some good things, just at times hasn't done some good things. And I told him on Sunday and I told him on Monday, like, just keep pouring into your process, man. Like, at whatever point you're ready and whatever point your process meets your opportunity and you're ready for it, you'll respond. He did. Same thing with Byram. Like, dude, like it's been just here and there in the throw game, man. I get it. I understand. At whatever point your process meets the opportunity, it'll pay off, and it did. And that doesn't give him the right to say, man, I'm good. I've arrived. No, like, next week you got to go earn it again. And you go across the board, across our entire team, and you say, all right, here's evidence that when my process was right, I was able to be successful. Now, if I wasn't today, right, like defensively, we gave up a bunch of pass yards. We held the run game, gave a bunch of pass. Why wasn't it? Where was our process wrong? As coaches, as players, where were we wrong? And then go fix it. And if your process is consistent, you'll know where you screwed it up. You go right back to it. But at the end of the day, we're 1-0 in the league. We are right where we want to be, which is 1-0 in the league. And now we go and we'll play a really good team next week in Navy. We got to go on the road. It'll be a cool environment. It'll be a great environment. We got to go play those guys on the road, and we'll get our process right, and we'll give ourselves a chance to win. But I'm really proud of our kids, really proud of our coaches. Again, grateful to the 29,000 that were here today. Grateful to the students. We got to pack that place and make it a really cool college football environment. So that's a challenge. Other than that, I'll open it up.
Alex, I know this is a long-term process for you, as you just indicated, but can you appreciate the significance of this win? You vanquished a lot of futility against FBS programs. First win against an FBS program in almost 2 years. You know, you fostered hope among the fan base today with this kind of victory. Can you appreciate the significance of that today?
Man, you said a lot there. I'm gonna sound really like a broken record here. I appreciate being 1-0 in this one. Just like I told our kids, like, it doesn't mean anything more or less than that. It just means our process was right enough to go win the football game. I don't know the other significance of it. I wasn't here. I don't really care. I care about our process being right last week to be able to go 1-0. And that's it. And then tomorrow, nobody cares again. We got to go 1-0 again. But we are going to enjoy it tonight. Like, we are. We're going to enjoy it. We're going to celebrate because we're 1-0, regardless of what happened in the past. It's the next building block for us as a program. Not to minimize it either. I'm not minimizing any of it. But I think when you start, like, compartmentalizing that, like, hey, it's the first one in this, and it's like man, no, we're 1-0. And we beat a team that's a really good football team, I think. We'll see at the end of the year what they turn out like, but it's the next step in our growth.
You mentioned last week press conference, doing a better job yourself, getting Byram into a rhythm early on the game, completed his first 8 passes. Do you feel like that was kind of the tone setter for the second half, or was it more the halftime adjustments, going 2 tight ends, kind of getting him some extra protection to hit the deep shots?
Yeah, you know, we were really cognizant of getting him in a rhythm early, you know, and I thought we did a really solid job there. I thought it set him up for success. So, yeah, I agree with that. I thought at halftime I just didn't feel like we were able to create chunk plays. I didn't feel like we were able to generate explosives. And, again, like for us, I feel like I've gotten greedy sometimes, to be honest with you, through the first 3 trying to generate them, where sometimes you just got to let them happen. And I thought getting into 12 personnel there was going to give us the ability. It wasn't so much protectionally, just change the picture, isolate those guys on the outside, and let them just go to work, which we have that in our back pocket, but you've got to be able to win in the run game in those sets too, which is part of the deal. We kind of went to it in the fourth quarter to try to generate some more of that. So I thought we went to it more so to create explosives. Really had nothing to do with Byram. Because I thought he was settled. I thought he was super poised. He was seeing it great. He was like really, really into it. And it was actually his idea, to be honest with you, whether I should say that or not. But to go to some bigger personnels and let him kind of work the outside. So I should take credit for it, but it was that 18-year-old kid in the locker room. It really was.
R.J. Perry looks like he got to start at left tackle. How assessing, kind of coming off the field, how do you feel like he did? And is there an update that Dono was more of a coaching decision for that?
No, totally wasn't. It was a late in the week injury with Dono, and he'll be fine. He'll be back. I had absolutely nothing. I would have loved to have played Dono, played RJ, played RJ, whether it was as a spell guy or let him go. But it gave us the best chance to go win with him at left. But no, Dono, I just complimented Dono, was super into it. He was in the huddle. He was coaching it up. He was going to be a game-time decision for us. He just wasn't ready to go. And, no, it certainly was truly an injury with him, and he should be good to go, hopefully, honestly, by Monday.
The fumble that in the third quarter, I believe, that Rice eventually scored on afterwards. For your team to be able to bounce back from that play, and I know you've spoken about how the team handles adversity. Can you speak about just what that moment meant there going forward?
Yeah, really disappointing in the fumble, right? Like man, that was at the end of the day, like the biggest point swing you could ever have. You go from being on the 1 yard line to giving up 7. Literally, all we talk about next play, like literally next play. I was so disappointed. There was probably 15 players, maybe Nye was one of them. Next play, coach. Like literally next play, next play. So I think we're building there, certainly, to being able to handle the adversity. And again, history teaches you things, but you don't have to revert back to it. And all we talk about is next play. I'm so glad that we were able to just go play the next one. And last week the defense had to answer when the offense turned it over. This week the offense turned it over, the defense didn't answer, and then the offense flipped and answered. That's called complementary football. That's called playing the next play. I was really proud of – I wasn't proud of what the heck was going on, but then I was proud of the response for sure.
You know, the defense overall, Alex, I mean, you didn't get much in the running game. You had another 4 or 5 sacks. Of course, Daniel's going to get his yards and did, but what did you feel overall?
Yeah, I thought defensively our biggest point of emphasis was stop the run. We did. Second point of emphasis was stop McCaffrey from having these explosive plays over and over again, which I thought we didn't. Stop the play-action pass game, which at times we did, at times we didn't. And then get off the field on third down, which overall we were just right around 40%. Our standard was to be under 30%, so I didn't think we got that. But I did think they bowed up in the second half and answered when they needed to, which I think was huge for us to be able to just pound away at it. So for not starting off great, I thought they just fought and ended up creating, 2 punts, a couple fourth down stops there. I know we gave up the touchdown there in the fourth quarter, but I thought they responded and just kept going back. And we lost Day there for a little bit. Right before half, he came back. Lost Stokes there for a little bit. He came back. Like, these dudes just keep fighting, and all I keep watching is what's the response? What's the response? What's the response? And when the defense wasn't awesome, the offense went ahead and did their thing. So, again, complementary football. One's down. The other one's got to go up. I thought a week ago we didn't play great complementary football, which is why we lost the game. I thought we played way better complementary football today. So hence we won the game. But yeah, I thought it was back and forth. We achieved, I guess, half of our goals there.
What attracted you to Naeem Simmons when you brought him into this program, and what have you seen since you've had him here as he's developed?
Yeah, Nye, we knew we were going to have to go get a slot in the portal. Actually looked at Nye right as I was coming here because we were kind of in the same boat at the last place. We thought Naeem was the best slot receiver in the portal. And so we went after him, and we ended up – he played in the slot most of spring, most of the camp. We needed him on the outside going into week 1, and we thought he was going to give us our best option to win. And like I said earlier about Nye, it's been just okay the last couple of weeks, and to him, and I know he's sitting right here, but to him it's just a confidence deal as I saw it, and I told Nye, what I tell you on it was Friday, it was yesterday, right? What did I tell you? What were you going to go for? Yeah, I said, Nye, you're going to break out. Because your process this week, last week, the week before, your process has been really, really awesome. Like, you work. You come in, you work, you come in, get extra. You sit there on the jugs machines every day after practice. Like, it will pay you back. I promise you it will. And I told him that not because I knew we were just going to throw it to him a bunch of times, but I just knew it was going to pay him back. Like when you pour into your process, like whether it's football, it's life, it's whatever, like when you pour into your process, it'll pay you back. Like, it will. It has for me, and it has for the elite teams I've been on. And Nye, his process paid him back today. 8 targets, 8 completions, 272 yards, a touchdown, and set a Florida State record maybe or something is what Brian, I don't know. He said something about some record. So, but that's a result of Naeem's process. It has nothing to do with anything else other than he was prepared for the moment when those balls were in the air, because all 8 that went to him he caught. And then I don't know why he only had 1 touchdown. That's his fault. Not my fault. But I'm super proud of him. I told him that. But again, right, same thing I told Nye, that doesn't mean anything for next week, because now you got to come in tomorrow, right? You got to come in, you got to watch the film, you got to eat, you got to sleep, you got to hydrate. And then Monday, you better be ready to go play another team. And then your process better reset. But that's what I saw in Nye. I saw a tough dude that competes, that's willing to do whatever for the team, and he can run. And today it paid him back. And he's unselfish because he's playing outside, which is which is not what he came here to do, and he's never blinked an eye at it.
Coach, 24 first downs, almost 600 yards offense. Just talk a little bit about you guys move the ball down the field today.
Yeah, I thought for the most part we did a really good job in the second half of creating explosives. I thought in the first half, that's what we were just talking about. I thought we were good at moving it down the field, and then we were 0 for 2 in terms of touchdowns, getting down there and scoring. That was the biggest thing that had to go, which is why I thought if we could create some explosives, we can get out of a rut there. So I thought for the most part they responded well. We got to continue to get better in terms of in the red zone, really more so inside the 30, of being able to throw it and run it effectively and not get into these situations where we got to kick field goals. For the most part, run it. Like, that's what I want to do, is run the football. And, the fumble's discouraging, and I'm sure Naquan will bounce back from that. But I thought for the most part, when you create explosives like that and you convert on third down, we were 6 of 11. You kind of stay out of third down with the explosives, which is really good. But I thought Coach Gordon and the staff had a really good plan on third down, which for the most part we executed.
Anything else, Coach?
Again, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Go Bulls.
All right, Naeem Simmons shattered the USF receiving record, 272 yards a day. As Coach mentioned, that is a record for a player from a Florida college. The record was previously set in 1968.
Are you kind of upset that Coach kind of shortchanged you 120 yards? He said you're going to do for 150 and 2 touchdowns?
Nah, not at all. It was him really believing in me earlier in the week, and he told me yesterday what he thought I would get. So me coming out here and doubling that and giving back to the team and stuff, and making sure we came out here to win, it was good stuff.
You kind of set a scene for us. Where did he tell you that and when?
Think, when did he tell me? It was we were Friday. We had Fast Fridays. We're practicing. In mid-practice, he just pulled me over and was like, "Hey, you're gonna go for 150." He was like 11 catches, 150, and 2 touchdowns. He was like, "I believe in you. You gonna do it. Like I promise you." So he told me that, and it happened. So.
I mean, he just said it. It's the most receiving yards in a single game by any college football player ever in Florida. You just did it. What are you feeling right now?
I don't think it hit me yet. When I got back, all my teammates was cheering me on. Obviously, I'm happy, but they're even more happy than I am. Like, coming to the sideline, all the receivers were around me, showing me a whole bunch of love, and I didn't really even know what's going on because I'm just going out there and playing and stuff. So.
Had your confidence been low the first few weeks, and like Coach alluded to, and what brought it back?
Yeah, the first 3 weeks was a little rough. Obviously trying to find myself coming up from FCS to FBS, playing outside, which I never played. So just trying to find myself in that transition. Like Coach Golesh was saying, I kept perfecting my process, coming in, day out, getting on the jugs, watching film, and it all paid off like it always does.
Hey, was it a matter, did you just get a lot of single coverage, especially on the outside? Why were you getting so open?
Yeah, a lot of single coverage. They the defense they play, if it's not man, they play quarters, and they roll their safeties down a lot. And when you play in the offense we play, which is really fast, they tend to make mistakes, and we tend to capitalize on those mistakes. So we're just playing fast, and basically just seeing the defense, seeing what we got out there was really the reason why. Not only me, because we had other receivers, but everyone was open.
Coach mentioned that you came in as a slot receiver. You had to transition to the outside. What's been the biggest learning curve for you going from slot to now being an outside receiver?
When you play outside, it's a lot more press, lot more physical than the inside. Obviously, you get a lot of free releases in the slot, but on the outside, you gotta get off a press. In this offense, we block for the slot a lot. So just being physical on the perimeter, setting a dominance, and just winning on one-on-one matchups is really what the one does kind of in this offense.
In most games, if you get a deep ball, maybe two is outstanding, but you got many in the second half. What'd that feel like to just have 5 or 6 shots that all hit?
Funny, the first 2 games we had some deep. I think we had 2 or 3 deep shots to me, and they didn't fall my way. For detailed standpoints, but again, going back to the process, this week, me getting the first deep ball, it really just showed me that my process was coming together. So the details that I wasn't perfecting in the first 2 or 3 weeks was not going to say perfect. It got better this week. So making those catches, it made me happy because it let me know that I'm doing what I got to do, off the field, in film and stuff like that.
So you put up big numbers at Wagner, but probably people look at it and say, yeah, that's pretty good for FCS, whatever. Is it satisfying to do it at this level, and hopefully you'll continue to do it, but to put these numbers up at this level, does that prove something to other people and yourself as well?
Yeah, it proves a lot to me. I really could care less about anyone outside of the 52 men that we was out there today about what they think. Yeah, today it was obviously it's a great day, and it will be a great night with my family. But it's really just about building on for next week, and 8 more games we got every week after that. Yeah, hopefully not. Thank you.
5 tackles, a sack, 1.5 tackles for loss night, part of 11 tackles for loss on the night.
Hello.
Big question, John.
So as a defensive player, what's your overall impression of this game? You guys gave up some yards, but you also created a lot of havoc when you needed to.
Honestly, I'm just excited. Just for one, for us stopping the run, that was one of our main goals, was to stop the run. And we held them to only 1 rushing yard. But I just feel like we just have to stack on the good and fix the bad. I feel like we're making a turn, but we just got to, like Naheem just said, just perfect our process. I feel like we're going to be able to do what we want to do in this league and this conference.
Jonathan, fans in this program haven't experienced a win like this in a long time. Your first win against an FBS team in almost 2 years. Can you appreciate the significance of this win for your fans?
Yes, this is definitely what we've been waiting on for years. I just feel as though it's more to come. I feel like our process and plus which coach is just on us every day. So we're just trying to perfect everything that we do and make sure we give the fans exactly what they're looking for. So yeah.
How would you describe the week-by-week progression of putting more pressure on the quarterback and crashing in the pocket? And you guys seem like last few weeks you're back there a lot.
Yeah, I feel like Coach KP is one of the best D-line coaches that we ever had, that I ever had, especially being here. It's just, I feel like our front four and even the guys behind us, even the ones coming in, we're just reloading every time we come in. So I feel like our main focus is to continue to put pressure on the quarterback, continue to cause havoc in the run game, in the pass game. And that's Coach T.O.'s main thing, is just cause havoc. And I just feel like the more we do, the more we'll win. So I'm excited for what in the future. I'm just excited for the future.
What was it like against J.T. Daniels when he was in the game, just dealing with him? And I know you guys got close to him a lot, and
yeah.
he got it out of there.
Yeah, he's a great quarterback, but I just feel like it's a nameless, faceless opponent. So regardless who's back there, I just feel like we just got to do what we got to do and capitalize on those moments where we almost had him a couple times, but I definitely gave him some. He was uncomfortable in the pocket. I know that for sure. So we just plan on continuing to do that, and it was a pretty good game for us up front. So yeah.
Took the lead. That's a huge swing.
Yeah.
What was How'd that hit you right away, and then how'd you guys get back from it?
We really play with a next play mentality. So after that happened, I mean, it's college football, so stuff is gonna happen. People gonna make plays. It's just how you respond. So we definitely responded. I feel as though pretty well. And we plan on just fixing those small things. I just feel like it's just small things that we just missing. But we'll definitely get that corrected and come out next game with the same fire, even more fire. So, yeah.
Nice victory, a nice win. Just talk about Bulls football and just continuing to move forward.
We're going to keep perfecting the process, exactly what Coach has been telling us. We really take week by week. We don't really look ahead. We just focus on what's next play mentality, just like I said earlier. So we just plan on continue to just work on the little things and work on just staying together. And I feel like we're going to be able to do what we want to do. So, yeah, that's my take on that.
Jonathan.
Appreciate it.
Linebacker DJ Gordon, 6 tackles, 1.5 sacks, 2 tackles for loss tonight. We did hold him to 1 rush